you feel you have left to do with your life?
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you.
Scientists at the National Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta today released the results of a study which shows that the lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic of a rare form of cancer. Robert Bazell now in Atlanta.
Bobby Campbell of San Francisco and Billy Walker of New York both suffer from a mysterious newly discovered disease which affects mostly homosexual men, but has also been found in heterosexual men and women.
Oh my god. Don't go in there. Yeah. He has AIDS.
He's lost. He's alone. And he's 3 million light years from home. In spring 2002, only in theaters,
I'm keeping him.
Steven Spielberg's masterpiece will come to life.
Home.
For a whole new generation. Experience the mystery.
Wait, what is it? I don't know. Something scary.
The wonder.
What's happening?
The call.
E.T. Phone home.
That started it all. With never-before-seen footage, enhanced special effects, and an all-new digitally remastered soundtrack. The extraordinary 20th Anniversary Edition. E.T., the Extraterrestrial.
I'll be right here.
Thanks, Pete and Robin. Extra-strength Tylenol capsules laced with a cyanide are linked with 5 deaths in Chicago, and that number might be changed to 6. Some of the bottles from the affected shipment have been found in Florida. Eckerd Drugstores in Clearwater reports that they pulled them off the shelf within hours of hearing about the potentially deadly pills. But as Chris Abel reports, none have been found in Central Florida.
Oh man, I have a headache. I need to take some Tylenol pills.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
What the heck, man?
Dude, it might be cyanide. Did you hear? Might kill you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should have added the safety seal then.
Yeah.
I didn't know. God.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
Hello, I am Toni Morrison. I'm a Nobel Prize winner and novelist. I'm considered to be the voice for the African American woman of the 80s. In 1987, I published Beloved, which is a novel inspired by slavery and the struggles that many people had to face during the American Civil War. This is still to date one of my greatest masterpieces. I have won several awards for my achievements, and one of my greatest quotes to date is, if there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, you must be the one to write it. Use your minds to discover and create literature for America to invest in. Thank you for listening.
Oh my god, isn't this the best 4 ever, guys?
That's Magic 8 Ball.
Alright. Magic 8 Ball. Is this the greatest sport we've ever made? Oh my god, I totally say yes. It's amazing.
Dude.
Hey Josh, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, what? I'm just messing around with the radio.
Radio?
Yeah.
Oh, I won.
Discrimination during the 80s. African Americans working blue-collar jobs, youth discrimination, Court U.S. versus Sioux Nation of Indians, and Japanese Americans compensated for World War II internment camps. Religion in the 1980s. During the 1980s, religion was very big due to the election of Ronald Reagan. Evangelism, faith focused on good news, salvation brought to the sinners by Jesus Christ. During the Reagan term, 3 out of 10 people were identified as evangelism.
A major televangelist, Jim Bakker, has had a very big scandal who was indicted on federal charges of mail and wire fraud and of conspiring to defraud the public. He has been sentenced to 45 years to prison, but only served 8 years.
I hate ping pong.
Me too.
I'm super good at it.
Now for some good news. American politician Geraldine Ann Ferrero is the first woman to run for vice president.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor.
Oh my god, what the heck? Oh. Oh yeah. We welcome change and openness, for we believe that freedom and security go together. That advance of human liberty can only strengthen the cause of world peace. There is one sign the Soviets can make that will be unmistakable, that would advance dramatically the cause of freedom and peace. General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Good evening, everyone. From the west side of the Berlin Wall at the Brandenburg Gate, I'm Tom Brokaw. The Brandenburg Gate, of course, is in East Berlin, and the sound that you hear and what you're seeing tonight, not hammers and sickles, but hammers and chisels as young people take down this wall bit by bit.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests, obeying contradictory thoughts. Unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
In the 80s, there were a lot of inventions. Some we used then, some we still use today. We had the camcorder, Cabbage Patch Kids, the mobile phone, disposable cameras, compact discs, IBM and Macintosh personal computers, Microsoft Windows, the Walkman, video game consoles like the Atari 2600, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and a desktop fax machine. The 80s had a lot of inventions and products that came out, like the space shuttle, the Columbia. They eliminated smallpox virus, DNA fingerprinting, hepatitis B vaccine, Doppler radar, Lunchables, the stealth bomber jet, autofocus on cameras, Prozac, the internet, and synthetic skin.
Steven Spielberg presents Back to the Future, a Robert Zemeckis film. Marty leads an ordinary life.
No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley. Yeah, well, history is going to change.
And 1985 is not his year. But Dr. Brown is about to change all that.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
He's sending Marty 30 years back in time.
It's a flying saucer from outer space!
Now, he's trapped in the past.
It's gotta be a dream.
About to meet
chocolate,
his future father.
He's a peeping Tom.
Wow!
And he's making an impression on his mother.
He's an absolute dream. And he can sleep in my room.
Anything you do could have serious repercussions on future events.
Now, he's got to make his mother and father fall in love.
For crying out loud, I haven't even been born yet.
And only Dr. Brown can help him get back to the future.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear? Precisely.
Michael J. Fox.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Christopher Lloyd.
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Back to the future.
Oh man, I have a headache. Oh, I need to take some Tylenol pills. What the heck, man? Wait, what was the...
Vanessa Williams, our first black Miss America, has now resigned due to the threats of Penthouse release of explicit nudes.
Photos, man.
Release of explicit nudes.